Well, hello and welcome to the second round of the UAE RMC and the fabulous new venue for us of the Forsan track in Abu Dhabi, right in the centre near the Yas Marina circuit and of course the airport. Well, it's new, it's hot, it's wonderful, but I have sent Joe Bradley out to find out important information about the track. And tell me, Joe, what have you found out?
I found out that it's perhaps the driver's most favourite track ever in the history of ever. I've yet to hear any kind of negativity about the layout. It's a completely, you know what, the thing about the UAE RMC is all the tracks we've visited so far, all right, there's only two, but the tracks we're going to visit, Dubai, Yas, which is used in the Formula One circuit, Al Forsan, completely different in character to Al Ain, where we were for the Invitational and the first 2 point scoring rounds. This track here at Al Forsan is so challenging. It goes up, it goes down, there's some huge drops, there's some really massive compressions that are really going to shake the driver's kidneys around. And there's some really, really fast sections. Also, Nick, and these are the bits I like, it's not the fast bits that make the difference. Drivers can make the difference in the slow turns. We've got a plethora of hairpins. This track is beautiful. It's going to we're going to have some beautiful pictures for you on the live stream. And the racing, I think, I've already been told by more than one, maybe more than five. Really difficult to overtake here. So we could have a lot of incident and drama. There's bound to be the odd soap opera that develops.
Racing, incident, drama. Well, as I say, Joe was told all these things, but who was he told them by? You'll find out immediately after I stop talking.
So when we first visited Al Forsan, kind of wrecking it for the UAE RMC, wow, what a track. But the Al Forsan International Car Track isn't all what Al Forsan Resort is about. And Amil Nair here. Amil, you're the general manager, and I suppose international karting is just a small part of what your job entails.
100%. So we are a multi-entertainment facility here in Abu Dhabi, based in Khalifa City. We got anything starting from horses to horsepowers, you know. So we got a world-class equestrian, show jumping. We got some paintball activities. We got one and only wake park. This is the only, you can see right out there, you know, it's one and only cable park in the region actually. Yeah, and we got this wonderful FIA certified 1.2 kilometer track, plus multiple recreational activities, paddle courts, football fields, etc. Yeah, so my main role is to look after the extreme side and the recreation side, yeah.
It's a one-stop shop for activities. Absolutely. I think I need to take a 2-week holiday just to try everything.
You should.
Let me talk to you though about bringing the round 2 of the 25-26 UAE RMC.
Yeah.
I mean, having a kart championship of this level must be quite a thing for the circuit.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the general karting community here has grown rapidly. Yeah, this weekend we got almost 110 to 120 drivers, different age group, you know, growing the community in all directions. And this is one of the biggest grid of any championships yet. Yeah. And we are glad to be partnered with UAE RMC and Al Ain Raceway. They are a great partner to have, and you know, we as a partner, we are trying to grow the sport here in Abu Dhabi, and I guess that's our main objective. And also from our board, from our you know, MD, CEO, everyone, and we got a great support backing us to bring and enhance motorsports in Abu Dhabi.
So once the event gets underway, Amal, is that when you can kind of sit back and just let everything transpire?
Yeah, just I guess just one weekend off, then we are back with another championship. So
yes. Yeah. This guy's got a great job, hasn't he? I mean, look at this place. A big part of the UAE RMC is, of course, the DD2 class, the gearbox class. As if there isn't as much, you know, anything to do out there on track. Greg West here from Honolulu Racing. I'll come to that in a moment, Greg. They're a busy thing, these things. You've, you know, added in the complexity of having to change gear at the track here at Al Forsan. I mean, all right, it's challenging enough, but you've been around this a long time, I think, and you obviously like the challenge.
Yeah, it certainly adds that extra spark to it. Gives us something to do rather than just steer and press the accelerator. So yeah, it keeps us busy. And some of the intricacies with the track, being able to know when to change and when not to change, and the brake points and things like that makes a bit more interesting than the standard Rotax karts, max karts.
It's another challenge, I know. And all right, so the gears, there's 2 gears. Left paddle is first gear, right gear second gear. It's to keep this engine buzzing away. That's the key, isn't it?
Absolutely. You want to keep them revs up as long as possible, and keep it going as fast as possible all the time.
And all right, I need you to be transparent here, Greg. How often does it go wrong out there, and how often do you find yourself in the wrong gear?
Not too often, luckily. Although today in practice, I've had a few instances on one of the turns. It's been popping out of first gear.
All right.
So it's a bit of an issue I need to keep an eye on.
That's not down to you being in the wrong gear. That's a gearbox issue, isn't
it? Yeah. So I just need to work on that, make sure it doesn't happen during the racing. But other than that, it's going quite well. Yeah.
Forsan looks a fantastic track from where I'm sitting. I mean, in one of these, especially round the back there, that positive cambered corner. Yeah, what's that like?
Big sweeping turn, the right turn. It's fast, and you can feel the G-forces. You're over 2.5 G-forces going around that corner, so you're really hanging on to it.
Is it a critical part of the track that to get right?
Yeah, because you need to carry that speed up to the back corner, so you need to be able to keep the foot planted as much as possible through there. It's a big part of the track. So.
Yeah, and I do like the mix of tracks we have here in the UAE RMC. There's a massive mix from the flat desert track of Al Ain, and now we're here the undulations.
Yeah, and then we're onto other tracks like Yas on the F1 track. So completely different in all aspects. So it's a great variety for the racing, for the whole championship. So
it is, and I can see you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Now, Honolulu racing, we mentioned this a lot in our comms. Yep. What's Honolulu racing about? Are you all the way from Hawaii for a start?
No, this is Fabio Credi's team. He's Italian from over there, and he did a lot of racing over here in the Honolulu racing kart and livery.
Right.
And I happened to buy one of his old karts and kept the livery going, and he's been happy enough to keep me going as part of the team.
Well, I mean, it's a great identity because you really do. The colours make you really stand out, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully early next year there'll be another driver also in the Honolulu racing outfits.
Yeah, we like more DD2 drivers. 555, what's the significance there then? Is that a number you've carried for a while?
I've had it the whole time I've been racing, and it's a bit of a laugh because 5 in Thai is ha, so 555 is ha ha ha. So for a bit of a laugh, it's an expensive, fun hobby. So yeah.
You can tell by Greg's smile, a driver that's here for the complete enjoyment of driving these karts, not taking himself too seriously. I think I'm going to put you under that category, Greg. Have a great weekend, mate.
Great
to talk to you.
Thank you.
I'm going to say it, but you know what? All of the classes are fiercely competitive. But perhaps you could argue that perhaps the most competitive is the senior Rotax class. George Nasser, excellent first 2 rounds at Al Ain. I mean, can you continue that form coming into Forsan?
We'll see, but it is looking like a promising weekend so far.
It's looking like a promising weekend? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what makes you say that?
We've got strong pace, and honestly, I've won here before as well in a previous Rotax round, so looks good.
Right, so all the elements are in place. Tell us about the track, George, because it's a completely different track. It's an up and down track here at Forsan. Is that a different driving challenge?
Yeah, you do have a bit of a different driving style. It's definitely a lot more physical than Al Ain.
Right.
But I enjoy it. I like the facilities around here.
It looks like there's a massive corner, right? Lots of hairpins, but there's also lots of really fast sections. Where's the key to a good lap here?
Of course, being smooth, hitting your apexes, and being committed, carrying the speed. You know, just being fast, the normal elements, really.
Yeah, you make it sound easy. All right, we're already talking championship here, right? All right, we've only had 2 point-scoring rounds. but we're already talking championship, because that's what it's all about. It's all about that ticket to the World Finals. Is that something that George Nazar is already thinking about, or is that something you put away?
It's still a very long distance away. I just want to see that big trophy at the end of the season, and then if I get the ticket, it'd also be great.
Yeah. Now then, I hadn't met you until Alain, and what I found significant was your gold chains. You race with these chains. Now then, I think there's a family significance or something, I think Henry was telling us. What's the story behind the chains, George?
They're just gifts from my grandfather. He's a big Catholic, and he just loves getting me these presents, and I love him for that. I always get told I'm Mr. T.
Right. So you're racing for your granddad as well?
Of course,
Yeah.
for everyone.
Is he still around?
He will be coming around in December to meet with us.
Okay, brilliant. I'd like to meet him.
He speaks English in an adequate manner, but
Okay.
if you really are keen, I can arrange something.
Right, we are. We're going to meet George's grandfather, who's going to be supporting him. He's obviously going to be watching the live stream, yeah?
Of course, always.
We'll give him a shout out. Jules Dumont is, all right, he's a native of the UAE, but Jules, I notice you're carrying the French flag. You feel the weight of the French nation behind you and supporting you out there?
Yeah, it's the only French senior. It's basically representing the France for senior. So, yeah, it's nice to be carrying the French flag.
Yeah. I mean, France has got a huge heritage. It's where, for instance, motorsport was invented, wasn't it? Tell us about your season so far. You've had 2-point scoring rounds already. How's your season going? I think you're in the middle of the table somewhere.
It could have gone better. Round 1.1 and 2 was not the best. Made a couple of mistakes. But yeah, we learned from it, and yeah, we'll come back stronger this round.
So you say, Jules, you've learned from it. What did you identify as being the problem?
Just racing. Just need to keep my calm, and yeah.
So not getting involved in that's easier said than done, isn't it? Not getting involved in incidents. I mean, it's very, very demanding. And do you think Forsan is the sort of track that's going to have less incidents, or is it going to be the same?
It's quite hard to overtake here, so I think drivers will be a bit more aggressive. So yeah, we'll just have to play with everyone and yeah, stay calm.
Yeah. Patience, I think, yes?
Yeah.
I noticed when I came in, you were going over some driver data with your is that guy a race coach or an engineer?
Coach, preparing the kart and engine, so yeah.
Right. So you talk about kart setup with, what is your engineer's name, by the way?
Jonathan.
Right. That is a very useful tool, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's been helping a lot. Yeah, we've had some pretty good pace. He's been helping a lot. Everyone in the team has been helping a lot. Andrea, Luigi, Jonathan, everyone. Yeah, pace is not too bad, so we just got to get the racing right tomorrow.
How much more difficult do you think your job would be racing if it wasn't for that part of the process?
Well, all the time we give feedback to the coaches, to the engineers. So yeah, they watch us, and yeah, the setup is made from them. So yeah, it's a nice tool to help, and yeah.
Does that add pressure to you as a driver to get things right?
No, it's part of the sport, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, Jules, great to talk to you as ever, and have a great Forsan. A familiar face to, well, everybody in the UK karting scene. Kai Hunter here, former British champion, both in seniors and juniors. Kai is here to compete in the UAE RMC. So, simple question, my friend. What's brought you out here? And don't just say because it's hot and sunny.
I think that the challenge, I think it's a lot different to the UK. It's a lot better weather, especially
For the winter, yes.
Of course, so it's a good time to test for myself, but also it's a good time to get some racing in over the winter where we don't necessarily get that in the UK. All the championships have stopped now, so but this is absolutely rife at the minute, so it's perfect.
Being under race conditions is better practice than just going round and round in a test session, is kind of what you're saying. especially the 4 degrees track temperature as well.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really learn a lot from going around a cold PF in the winter time. So it's good to come out here, do a bit of testing. But obviously the track conditions are a bit weird out here with all the sand, which is a different curveball in itself. So yeah, it's good. I mean, the grip's good. More preparation for Europe, not the UK scene. So yeah, it's just good to get yourself out there and not freeze to death.
What is, have you had any kind of surprise, or has it been kind of a learning curve for you to come out here with regard to the level of competition that you've been met with?
I mean, there's competition everywhere you go, but it's just the difference between competitive in their own special category. I think people get good at the conditions out here, which is really hard to adapt to. Obviously, it's sandy, so trying to get to their level on how they race out here is obviously very hard.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, you came out here to Alain for the Invitational. You had to miss rounds 1 and 2, or 1.1, 1.2, because of UK commitments. I've never seen you put as many wheels off into the dirt as I saw you at that weekend in Alain. Now, is that because of that, as you mentioned there, we're not used to racing on sand. We're great in the wet, aren't we, from England? But the sand's a completely different thing.
Yeah, it's just a complete different curveball. I feel like the whole element of sand. We get grass. If you're off the track, you get grass. But if you're off here, you get sand, which is it's not great. But yeah, it's something that you have to adapt to. Yeah, it's not very forgiving over here. If you go off, you are off.
Yes.
So, but in the UK, you can have a bit of drifting on the grass and then you're back on. But over here, you're definitely not coming back on.
I'm asking this question, Kai, for my benefit going forward and being the commentary team here. When you put a wheel off onto the sand, is your tyre ruined for a few corners?
Oh yeah, for at least 2 or 3 laps.
Really, as long as that?
Yeah, wow. It doesn't come back very, very fast either, because obviously the tyres are still sticky out here. They just collect absolutely everything you put them through. So yeah, getting the sand off and getting back to some racing speed is, after 2 or 3 laps.
Different circuit here, Alphasan. Is it a Kai Hunter type of track?
Yeah, you can hit every curb in sight, which I love. So, skipping the corners and stuff like that. It's a mega track, nice and tight and twisty, which is a bit more UK-esque, which is good for us. So, we'll see what we can do.
I think we're going to talk a lot about track limits tomorrow during the racing. Tell us a little bit about, track limits. This is the sort of track that actually rewards exceeding track limits, because it's the corners just pull you in. It's a completely different track when you have to confine yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to slow down a lot more, and you have to obviously think about, when you don't think about track limits, you just get the throttle in and then just go as wide as you want. But now you actually have to think about, which is different in itself. But I mean, if that's the rules, you have to stick by them. That just is what it is.
Now then, just to finish on, you and I have got a collective thank you to make here, because it was down to one man, the entire reason why you and I stood here in the UAE. Kai and I want to thank Matt Hunter. If it wasn't for Matt Hunter, Cotton Live wouldn't exist. Kai Hunter, quite literally, wouldn't exist, and he certainly wouldn't be a British champion. So, Kai, we'd like to say collectively, thank you, Matt Hunter.
I don't think you should forget my mum as well, Deborah.
I was about to say,
because
where the real work is done,
exactly.
though. Yes, where the real work is done, and behind the scenes, keeping everything afloat, including keeping you fed, is Deb Hunter. And we want to say a big thank you to Mum as well, Deb Hunter. She's the boss.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
She is really I remember many times interviewing these two young ladies' father in sports car racing and endurance racing. Khaled El Khabaisi went and had a lot of success at Le Mans and in sports car racing in general. And Hamda and Amza, his daughters here, I remember you guys in karts, and also I remember you in Formula 4 in your case. You've been around the motorsport scene here in the UAE for quite a number of years. Can you tell me firstly, how have you seen it grow at all, if anything?
For sure, I could see there's a lot more local talents competing compared to a few years ago. So it has grown. We see a lot of people competing, coming from Europe to compete in the Middle East as well. So the level is becoming pretty high and it's pretty prestigious. So it's really good to see that.
Yeah. And you, I remember interviewing in a Formula 4. You looked a lot taller in your Formula 4 car. I've got to bend down. But yes, I mean, you've experienced from karting through into single-seater racing here.
Yeah, it's been a long journey, I would say. And yeah, this is where it all started, you know,
Yes.
the grassroots of racing. And it's nice to be back here in karting and to see all the kids. It's also a big number, which makes me really happy to see a lot of like how big the grids are compared to when I was racing in the past. So it's nice to see it, and I hope these kids could also progress to Formula racing one day and maybe even Formula One.
Yes, and your sister, of course. Last time we saw you, I saw you on Netflix in the F1 Academy TV series. Firstly, how did you find the F1 Academy? Was it a good series to be part of?
Yeah, I would say a lot of track time. You go to various tracks as well. I've had the privilege to go on street tracks, which I never had the opportunity to. I had the opportunity to work with Red Bull as well, to work with F1 teams, the media side of it, the exposure side of it. I think it brings us a lot of values that once we leave F1 Academy, we could sort of carry it with us and try to find sponsors for the next series.
Yeah. Now, we get asked in the media a lot of, you know, why have we got no girls and women in Formula One? You've been really close. You've been in the F1 paddock. You probably have a much more educated answer than I could perhaps say. What's your opinion on that?
I think my opinion on that is like the lack of opportunity for women. I mean, if you see in every race grid, there's maybe 1% of women competing and the rest is all boys. So the percentage for an F1 driver to come out is very little. So I think if there are more female drivers competing, then we might be able to see a female F1 driver being selected. So I would just say it's the lack of opportunity for women.
Yes. Now you're here with CRG. Are you guys helping with the driver data and the coaching from your experience?
Yeah, we're helping with all aspects, I would say, like especially also we have onboard videos, and we could also look through that with the kids, and we could see how their lines are, how much of the track they could take, a bit more of where they can break later. So all these concepts that we've been taught from other coaches, we're now like
Yes.
output kind of giving it to them. So it's nice to see, and it's nice to see them listen and also apply it on track. It's it's satisfying when they improve as well.
Because you're still competing, aren't you? And do you get a lot of satisfaction of seeing your driver doing well?
I really do, and now I understand how my coaches feel because
You mean the frustration?
Frustrating. Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating because you know their potential, and like when they don't do it, you get really frustrated.
Yes.
So now I know when my coaches were angry at me, I was like, oh, I understand now. So
Do you forgive them then?
I do for sure.
Yeah, she forgives
I
you.
forgive you.
Yes. Is your dad going to be around at all?
I don't know. I don't think this weekend.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be here tomorrow,
All
but
right.
yeah.
Well, tell him Joe Bradley sends his good wishes, and it's been an absolute delight
Thank you so
to
much.
see you guys at a racetrack again, and the Kabaisi ladies. We have British karting royalty in the paddock here at Al Forsan. Dian Singh Pahal, British champion. Vera Toole's British champion, to give you your full title, and of course vice champion in the UKC. Well done, congratulations. But here you are, Al Forsan, and in a championship like the UAE RMC, what has brought Dian Singh Pahal out here to Al Forsan?
Well, the years it's had its up and downs. It's been great. So we went through the UKC and we went through the British. After that, we've been on a high, and Mumbai Falcons reached out to us. They said they've been talking to us for a while, wanting us to come over and race with them. So at the end of the British and end of the UKC, we've come over to have a look at the UAE because it's a great track, great drivers, great people. They're all very nice. So we've come over here to race and attempt to win.
I like that answer, Dian, because normally people just say because it's hot and sunny, but you've actually come over here to compete. What have you found already in the practice sessions? How tough is the field here?
The field is strong. They're very good. It's not as competitive. They're quite nice, but they're extremely good drivers. The track it's been quite nice. As weather, it's a bit too hot for me, but in the night it's fine. The practice sessions we've been fast, we've been slow, we've been middle.
Yeah.
We like to egg on well, I lost the words. It's been quite good, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got teammates in Mumbai Falcons with you?
Yeah, we've got quite a few teammates. They're very nice, optimistic. It's quite nice. It's great.
Yeah. I've got an interesting question for myself, actually, and I'm sure our viewers will enjoy this question. Everything that you've learned racing in the UK, is there any major massive difference with coming out here and racing in, as you mentioned, the different temperatures, the different track conditions?
Racecraft is a different type of racecraft. People drive differently. There's different type of corners. Then the grip levels and everything's different to overtake, and it's just racecraft's the main thing, probably.
Wow, that's an interesting question. So, is this a one-off for Dean Singh Pahal, or are you going to be out here for the whole season?
Let's see. If they want us to drive more, we will.
Yeah.
And we will see you soon.
Well,
maybe.
you know we want you to race, don't you?
Yeah, everyone's quite nice. They've been. It's like that. Everyone's a lot nicer than the UK. The UK is like. But here, everyone's smiling, they're laughing. It's a better environment.
Interesting. So it's a more pleasant. It's not as intense. Maybe not as. What word did you use there? You said it's not as. People aren't as
like. They're a little less arrogant, but they're nice in the UK too. But like it's different type of. It's not as tense and as like. Well,
I think I know what you mean. People are enjoying their racing in the sunshine, aren't they?
People in the UK, it's like win or lose. You have to win. You not come here to have fun or anything. You come here to win. With here, it's a lot less tense. It's more loose, and we can have fun while we're driving.
Yes, and it's a great way to stay race fit over the winter for Dean Singh Pahal going into 2026, isn't it?
I think it's a lot better than the cold winter, rainy, hail in the UK. So it's good coming into the winter, and then it's something else to do when the British are on.
Yes. He's really rubbing it in about the weather, because it is beautiful here, isn't it? We're in shorts and T-shirt in November, aren't we?
It's beautiful. We've had a look at the lake.
Yes.
It's amazing. When we look at lakes in the UK, it's dark blue everywhere. It's horrible. But here we have light green, teal. It's nice.
You're not helping people at home back in England, are you? It's 4 degrees and raining, I've heard.
Well, it's 34 degrees here and it's sunny.
Yes. We are absolutely delighted to have the current, just crowned Vera Tools British champion and vice champion from the UKC. Dean, it's great to have you here, and I hope you are in for the rest of the season.
It's amazing being here. It's been delightful to be on the show.
Yeah, brilliant.